I guess it's a Transformer Thursday, but on the Japanese side of things, a lot of news was dropped on us today. We got some Masterpiece news, we got some Premium Finish news. We're going to jump all into that right now. We're going to start first with the podcast today. We're going to talk about a update and more information and some digging that I did with the Transformers Takara-Tomy Transformers Premium Finish line. Now, we talked about this a few days ago, about how Takara is going to kind of do like what they did with the Transformers Legends line back in the day, where we're going to have better, more premium paint schemes of previously existing generation style kind of figures and that of the Studio Series. Now, they showed us Optimus Prime, and they showed us Studio Series Bumblebee, the Optimus Prime from Siege, the Studio Series Bumblebee, the deluxe Volkswagen Beetle from the Bumblebee movie. These ones, we had grainy images, and then they gave us updated images today showing off how it's going to look side by side and just how much paint is being put on these products, and it's very impressive what's going on here. There is a lot of paint being put on these. The Bumblebee one especially, which was the one that I was actually not as interested in of the two. Man, there's a lot of paint on him. It almost looks like a different figure completely. It's crazy how much paint is put on it. But they also posted some information, and they said here that the Premium Finish line will be starting in October of 2021 in Japan, and they will be releasing 2 characters each month, and it'll be going until March of 2022 of next year, which means it'll have a grand total of 12 characters, 6 Studio Series, and 6 Generations, War for Cybertron-esque. And then they gave a timeline, like a little chart showing like how it's going to work in each month. October is going to be this, December is going to be this, January, February for the next year. But they also showed these like silhouetted grainy images of what potentially those figures could be. Now, when I was looking at some of these were very obvious of which characters they were. But what also kind of helped was the images were pretty much silhouetted and blacked out versions of their Takara-Tomy Mall website inventory, and I guess we'll call them stock photos. So these are my guesses. Some of them are pretty dead on, and you probably have already guessed them. Some of them, I'm trying to figure it out, and it's probably that. But so let's go through the Studio Series one. So the first one, obviously, that you're going to be getting in October will be that of the Bumblebee. We already know that. In November of 2021, from what I could tell, it looks like Studio Series Age of Extinction Grimlock. That's what it looks like. In December, we have 2007 movie Megatron. That one's pretty obvious. I could just tell by the pose, and I found the matching image. It's totally Studio Series 2007 movie Megatron. In January of 2022, the following year, it looks like Deluxe Ratchet. Ratchet. That's what it looks like to me. Could be wrong. That one was a little tougher, but it looks like it to me. I have no idea what February is for Studio Series. I can't make it out. If anyone could figure it out, post in the comments below. I can't tell which one that one is. I couldn't find a matching image that had those little details. And for March for the Studio Series of 2022, because of that cord in that silhouette, that's got to be Shockwave from Dark of the Moon. For sure. So that's it for those ones of those 6. Now for the Kingdom-esque, War for Cybertron trilogy, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, starting with October is going to be Optimus Prime, the Siege one. Going into November, they're going with another obvious choice. They're going with Megatron. You could just tell just by that head sculpt in the silhouette there. Which Megatron it is, I don't know. I'm gonna take a guess. Maybe the Earthrise one, maybe the Siege one. Man, that Siege mold has seen so much action. Maybe it's the Earthrise one. We'll see with that. For December, it looks like Ultra Magnus. I'll be honest with you, but I think that it's the Ultra Magnus, the Kingdom one. And they're just going to give it a really crazy Generation 1, almost Studio Series 86 color scheme, which I'm pretty sure people are going to really dig. And that'll be a go-to for a lot of people. Here's a really good one. For next year, January, it looks like it's Soundwave. Specifically, probably the Netflix one, which if you give that a really good show accurate color scheme and everything, and it'll be a good opportunity for people to pick this up, that would be awesome. Comes with Laserbeak and Ravage. Hey, that's a great one. That's probably one of the more appreciated ones out of everything here. A lot of people are gunning for that mold. That's really cool. The one after that, I'm happy to see that one because while I like the Kingdom Beast Wars Megatron and what I've seen of it, I feel that the color scheme just is a little off compared to show accuracy. So for February of 2022, Leader Class Megatron. That's what it looks like. I could just the way that the head and the back kibble with the silhouette, it kind of looks like it. And the last one, and this one is, again, I found the image match for match 100%. It's Wheeljack from Siege. Excuse me, Earthrise Wheeljack. And that 100% is it. And they'll probably just do a really super show accurate version of it. So those are our list right here. Those are our 12. And I mean, if these sell extremely well, by the time we get to March of 2022, they might decide to continue the line. And this was something that I always liked about having a Takara alternative, because you would have the mold available in the Western market with the limitations of price points and how much paint and articulation stuff could be done. And then you have the Japanese versions, which might be a little more expensive, but they will have all the paint schemes and everything done officially that is needed to make it match what is on the screen or what is matching of a comic book version or whatever. They have the budget to do that because they could raise the price point and people will pay it in the Japanese market. It's like they're conditioned for it at this point. The Legends line went for a long time and was very successful, and I feel that this is the spiritual successor of that in a lot of ways. Makes me wonder if they'll even come with comics or something. Maybe Sakamoto will come back and do some pack-in stuff with this. Either way, this is fantastic news. Again, it's a great opportunity for a lot of people to get some of these molds in a much better color scheme. And in the case of that Soundwave, just a mold that even in the Western world has been very difficult and has been scalped a little bit. And some of these molds too, like even the Beast Wars Megatron, I mean, we've already kind of retired that first wave of Kingdom. We're already in wave 2 and 3 now. So some of these are also molds that if you didn't get this character in retail the first time, you might be able to get him a second time and with a better paint scheme. As for the Studio Series stuff, yeah, there's things here and there. I mean, again, the Bumblebee is interesting to say the least. But at the end of the day, this is really cool stuff, and this is all going to be starting, again, they say here, October of 2021. We don't have any pre-order prices just yet, but this is from the Lupaza Megastore in Japan, so probably pre-orders will show up there in the yen currency, and we'll be able to know the prices for everything moving forward sooner or later. And again, this is just fantastic in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think who that last Studio Series one that's missing. I don't know who that is. I really don't. I couldn't find anything. So I put it to you, my listeners. Who do you think it is?